And if you like this book, you can buy it on Amazon. Both these books that I'm reading today, I checked and they are available. Okay, so Cracker, you have to get out of the way a little bit so I can turn the pages. So I'm going to read and then I will show you the pictures. And so this is the first picture, and maybe by looking at that picture, you can tell where Murphy lives. Can you tell? There, he lives on a farm. Murphy Stoppa is my name. I am a terrier. I bark. I bark at everything and anything and all the time. I sleep in a barn with a dumb cat and a dumb hound and a lot of other dumb farm animals. Luckily, I have a nice warm bed in the barn. There's only one trouble with sleeping there. And here's Murphy, and behind him is the barn, and he's coming out. You can see they have some horses on their farm. When we all wake up in the morning, I know I must hurry. And he's leading the other animals out of the barn because he's in a hurry. Where do you think he's going? I must pay attention. Hurry up, run, run, don't waste any time. You have to be first. The first one in the kitchen in the morning. So there are lots of Murphys on this page because they're showing that he's running and moving. He moves all the time. And he goes in through the dog door. So he can go into the house anytime he wants. Where's the pan? The pan first, leftovers, scraps, forget the lettuce. Where's the bowl? The milk's souring. The floor. Nose over every inch, crumbs, bits, good drops of grease. That delicious pile of shoes. I just can't resist giving them a chew. Murphy, stop that, they say. Uh-oh, spanking. You see, they used a broom to push him away from the shoes that he was chewing on. Dogs do like to chew on leather. So you have to be, that's another thing you have to be careful about leaving around. You don't want them to eat your shoes. How'd I go? And I'm in again. John, that big old hound dog, got in too. And there's that cat named Tom. Tom Fool, I say, but I have to admit, he has clever paws. Scratch, hook, he can open cupboards. We all know there are good, crunchy things inside. And Tom the cat is using his clever paws to open up the cupboard that has the dog food. I do all the work chasing Tom away, but I never get even one little cracker. And you can see why. When Big John, the big dog, goes into the cupboard, he knocks over everything on top of the cupboard. And it makes a big noise as it falls off, and what do you think happens? He gets chased out again. He gets another spanking. The kitchen is my favorite place. There's a mouse under the sink. Somewhere behind all that sneezy soap. I can't see him. I can smell him. Too bad I can't grab him. Oh well, lick the leaky water pipe. And I'm gonna stay on this for a moment. Can you find the mouse? There it is, up on the pipe. He can smell it, but he can't see it. It's kind of hiding there. There's another mouse under the stove. I know he's there. John knows he's there. We can see him, but we can't grab him either. Oh well, the stove is making glorious sounds and smells. So I'll bring this one really close. Can you see the mouse under the stove? It's right there on the floor. Oh, how I love the stove. Meatloaf baking, chicken roasting, pies spilling over, the glory of it, cookies, cakes, puddings, the joy, cream, butter, salt shakings, sugar sprinkles, banging pans, hummings, cookings and fryings, bubblings and gurglings. Forget the lettuce. He's very busy looking for crumbs because he's a good cleaner-upper. But now, honk, honk, someone is honking. So out he goes. Is it a goose? Is it a car? It was honking for me. I should have gone into hiding. Lots of dogs ride with their heads out the window, big smiles on their faces, tongues lolling out, ears flapping in the breeze. Not me. I hate to ride in the car. Whirring, bumping, swaying, liquor, wine, sick-making smells of gas, dizzying scenery, airless, fogging windows, horns barking, sirens screaming, tires squealing, snivel, grumble, groan. Are we there yet? He gets car sick. Some dogs do. Some dogs do not like to ride in the car. And when they get there, there's a sign up top that says DVM. And that means Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. And a vet, you probably know, is an animal doctor. And Murphy says, I know where I am. I've been here before. There's a room where sad, nervous dogs and whimpering puppies are waiting, all waiting for the vet. When I used to take my dog to the vet, she was a very friendly dog, but she always got really scared when she went in there. Lots of dogs are afraid to go to the vet. I think I may have to throw up. Uh-oh. It's my turn to be pinched, poked, prodded. Doesn't hurt, but get me out of here. Do you see what's going to happen to Murphy in that picture? There's a reason why Murphy's worried. He's going to get a vaccination. Yeah, dogs don't like that any more than kids do. Home! Head for the house, hurry up, don't waste any time. Dinner must be ready. Oh, he's so happy to get out of the car and run to the house because maybe there will be more crumbs. Hide in the forest of the kitchen chairs beneath the oilcloth leaves. Shh, be quiet, be patient, don't beg. Things drop. Crumbs, good things, sneaky handouts. Keep an eye on the dog dish. There might be leftovers. So here's Murphy walking around under the table during dinner, and look. Can you see? One of the kids in the house is sneaking him some food. Oh, he likes that. Where is everybody? It's bedtime. They've probably all gone to bed. It's dark outside. I'm tired. I should be in bed too. See, he had a little nap, and when he woke up, the house was dark, the kitchen was dark, they had cleaned up, everyone's gone. Wait, what was that? Who's out there? Was that some sound? Something's happening. And he goes running out the dog door. This is Cracker's favorite part. Ready? Murphy, get a hold of yourself. You'll make everyone angry. And Murphy runs all over the yard and he bark, 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 bark. Murphy, stop that! Someone yells out the window. Bark, 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 bark. Stop that barking. Go to bed. There he is. all over the yard. What do you think he was barking at? Well, he tells the animals in the barn. Was it a rat, a fox, a skunk, a wolf, a bear, a thief? The moon! The moon! I heard the moon move. Sometimes dogs do go out and just bark, don't they? The barn's not a bad place after all. It's warm and friendly, and there's a lot of hay to curl up in. It smells good too. Dear sock, good old bone, good old stick, sigh. Good night. And that's what Murphy's day is like. Mary, can you unmute us for a moment?
Sure, absolutely.
So everybody, if you, you're still going to have to hit something to unmute yourself, but if you have a question or you have a comment about Murphy, what do you think?
You want to say something, Asher? Yeah, we're muted. Asher, we're muted. Asher, we're muted. What do you want to say about Murphy?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Would you like Murphy?
We're the only ones that are muted.
Yeah.
Okay, stop, Jacob. Stop.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you, Sammy.
I reduced it a little bit. How about for just this month?
Why not say
What if he just pays 2,000
tell them that he's scared of
for
something?
this month? Would that be helpful?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, sometimes dogs are just really barking.
Why don't we do that for this month, and then we can talk at the end of June and see. Hopefully things are better. Okay.
Sarah might need to mute again.
Does that make sense? Does that?
Okay. Well,
It's not Uncle Dana.
I hope
Not
that
Uncle
you have some kind of rattle or a shaker with you.
Get the bed. Not Uncle Dan.
Next story.
Not Uncle Dan.
Let me show you what I.
No, Aaron.
That's a great story, Maura. You've read it beautifully.
Thank you.
Somebody else.
Lunch container here, and I put some rice into it. And when I put on the lid, it doesn't fall all over the place, so Murphy doesn't have to come and eat up all my rice. And when you shake it, it makes a great rattle. And the reason I need a rattle is because my next book is about a baby rattlesnake. And I did some research. Baby rattlesnakes are not born with rattles. They're about 1 month old before they get a rattle. So this is a very young rattlesnake. And that's kind of the sound of a rattlesnake. If you were out taking a walk and you saw a snake and they rattled at you, then you should back up and find a different way to walk, because it wouldn't be safe to be bitten by them. Now, I like snakes, though. I have to say, when you hold a snake, it feels like you're holding a slinky. They aren't wet. They aren't cold. They feel very silky. I mean, they have a nice feeling to them, but you have to wash your hands after you handle a snake. Okay. So here's baby rattlesnake. And this is a special story to me because the story is originally from Oklahoma. Even though we don't really have desert areas like this in Oklahoma, it is hot enough and dry enough for cactus to grow. We don't have mountains in most of the state, but we have a couple of areas with some high hills. But baby rattlesnake is a story written or told, actually as part of an oral tradition, told by a woman named Tay Atta, who was the first Oklahoma state treasurer. Her stories were so beautiful that people felt that she should be acknowledged for the way she made up stories and told stories. So this is from the Chickasaw Nation, Baby Rattlesnake. Out in the place where the rattlesnakes live, there was a little baby rattlesnake who cried all the time because he did not have a rattle. He's looking at the end of his tail, and there's no rattle there. He said to his mother and father, "I don't know why I don't have a rattle. I'm made just like my brother and sister. How can I be a rattlesnake if I don't have a rattle?" Mother and Father Rattlesnake said, "You are too young to have a rattle. When you get to be as old as your brother and sister, you will have a rattle too." And I like this picture because it shows you how you can tell the daddy rattlesnake from the mommy rattlesnake. See, mommy has on lipstick, which I think is kind of funny on a snake, and daddy's wearing a hat. But baby rattlesnake did not want to wait. So he just cried and cried. He shook his tail, and when he couldn't hear a rattle sound, he cried even louder. Mother and father said, "Shh, shh, shh." Brother and sister said, "Shh, shh, shh." Here you see his parents shushing him because he's so loud. And here you see his brother and sister. Oh, they're beautiful, aren't they? And if you look on their tails, they've got rattles. Sometimes it's hard to be the youngest and watch the older ones have things that you can't have yet. But baby rattlesnake wouldn't stop crying. He kept the rattlesnake people awake all night. So all the rattlesnakes are awake. And they are not happy rattlesnakes, because baby rattlesnake is a really loud crier. The next morning, the rattlesnake people called a big council. They talked and they talked just like people do, but they couldn't decide how to make baby rattlesnake happy. He didn't want anything else but a rattle. At last, one of the elders said, "Go ahead, give him a rattle. He's too young and he'll get in trouble, but let him learn a lesson. I just want to get some sleep." So they gave baby rattlesnake a rattle. And here are all the other rattlesnakes meeting and talking about the problem. They're all different colors, aren't they? Baby rattlesnake loved his rattle. He shook his tail, and for the first time he heard, he was so excited. He sang a rattle song. He danced a rattle dance. And there he is. Oh, he's so happy and so noisy. He just can't stop. Soon, baby rattlesnake learned to play tricks with his rattle. He hid in the rocks, and when the small animals came by, he darted out rattling. He made Jackrabbit jump. He made Old Man Turtle jump. He made Prairie Dog jump. Each time baby rattlesnake laughed and laughed, he thought it was fun to scare the animal people. Do you think they're happy? When a rattlesnake rattles, it's a warning. Look out, they might bite you. So I don't think they're very happy when they hear him rattling. They don't think it's a joke. Mother and father warned baby rattlesnake, "You must not use your rattle in such a way. Big brother and big sister said, "You are not being careful with your rattle." The rattlesnake people told baby rattlesnake to stop acting so foolish with his rattle. But baby rattlesnake did not listen. One day, baby rattlesnake said to his mother and father, "How will I know a chief's daughter when I see her?" So the chief is the head of that Indian nation. And in fact, in my neighborhood, we have a chief who is a woman, who is the chief of the Kaw Nation right now. It's an elected position. So the chief's daughter he's asking about, well, she's usually very beautiful and walks with her head held high, said father. And she's very neat in her dress, added mother. Why do you want to know, asked father. Because I want to scare her, said baby rattlesnake. And he started off right down the path before his mother and father could warn him never to do something like that. So they're describing the chief's daughter, and baby rattlesnake is making plans. The little fellow reached a place where the Chickasaw traveled. He curled himself up on a log and he started rattling. He was having a wonderful time. And all of a sudden, he saw a beautiful maiden coming toward him from a long way off. She walked with her head held high, and she was very neat in her dress. Ah, thought baby rattlesnake, she must be the chief's daughter. You can see, you might not be able to see her yet. She's way far away. I can see Cameron looking really closely. Baby rattlesnake hid in the rocks. He was excited. This was gonna be his best trip. He waited and waited. The chief's daughter came closer and closer, and when she was in just the right spot, he darted out of the rocks. Oh, he's right by her moccasins. Now, this is the part of the story where I was surprised with what happened. "Ho!" cried the chief's daughter. She whirled around, stepping on baby rattlesnake's rattle and crushing it to pieces. And look at his eyes. Oh my gosh, he's surprised. He's in, maybe it hurts, but he is not happy. Baby rattlesnake looked at his beautiful rattle scattered all over the trail. He did not know what to do. He took off for home as fast as he could go. With great sobs, he told mother and father what happened. They wiped his tears and gave him big rattlesnake hugs. And for the rest of that day, baby rattlesnake stayed safe and close, snug by his rattlesnake family. And look how when they hug him, they make sort of a heart. Now I have to tell you that when I was a teacher and I read this story to my students, they didn't like that ending. So they made up a new ending, and I want to tell you what the new ending is. That after baby rattlesnake goes back to his family and they give him hugs, that night there is a dance and everyone was invited. And the chief's daughter was there too, and she gave baby rattlesnake a new rattle, and everybody danced. And that was the ending they made up. What do you think? Is that a better ending?
So, or that can be hid behind, we'll see.
So, That's it for story time. I want to greet one more person, Adele. Adele, you and I have a mutual friend, Cantor Faith Steinschneider.
Really?
Yeah, she told me you were in New York.
Oh my goodness. Wow,
Yeah.
We'll have to get on the phone and talk.
Yeah, she came out to Tulsa for 3 or 4 years as a visiting cantor. And she loved us.
Wow, I'll go into the chat and give you my contact information in the chat.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Great, Maura.
Well, anyone else have anything to say?
Maura, I have a question. What was the name of your dog, your puppet dog?
Oh, this dog is Cracker, is the name given to him because you can feed him crackers.
Oh, okay.
But I think that he actually is based on a television program where the dog's name was Baxter.
Uh-huh.
So, but he's a folk manus puppet. They make some very realistic puppets.
I just wanted to say something about In the Life of Murphy.
Okay.
I
was just while reading that book, I remember that one of my visits to Oklahoma, you read that book to me.
Did I?
Uh-huh.
I really like this book.
and Buggy, baby rattlesnake is silly.
You like Baby Rattlesnake?
Yeah, because he's silly.
He is silly. I agree.
I read all the pages of that book.
You did? Okay. Cameron, what do you think?
I think that you are a very good story reader.
Me too.
I wish that I had been that good with my children. You're excellent. Keep it up. I think that's wonderful.
Thank you, Pam.
I thank you for the role modeling because I have a new granddaughter and now I've learned how to read a book far more interestingly. So thank you.
Well, you have to start with whatever you like.
Yeah, but describing the pictures and stuff, that was really cool. And the pausing, it was really well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.